Alright, we're gonna try and get another game in today. We had some free time open up, so we're gonna take advantage of it. I don't know what to do with this hand. No ice, but it's really tempting to play it just for the Jackson and the amount of econ I have early. But I think I should probably mulligan, so we're gonna look for some ice. That's pretty good. I like that. That's great. So we're gonna. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Good. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna get the two Caduceus on the primary centrals here. Take a credit. So I see Kate. I'm gonna be hopeful he doesn't get a hold of that aggressive secretary, because that could be an important card later in the game. We're definitely gonna spend the money to trace him and tax him a little bit. We'll see if he. My guess is he should pay both these off. Yeah, he's gonna probably pay both of them off. So that's fine. Even though Kate has the link, 3 credits here. He's gonna pay it once, but be very unlikely if he chooses to pay through it again before he can start breaking it. So off the bat, after his hedge fund and a run, he's down to 0 credits with a daily cast in play. So this is actually kind of a perfect card here, because he's not going to be able to trash it. And I mean, he could take 3 credits and trash it here, but he doesn't know it's an Eve. B, he probably, I mean, if he does trash it, he can't do anything else. He thinks I should have 1 credit more. Started the turn with 4. Yeah, he's right. I don't know how that happened. He's an honest fellow. I can say that about Self-Eater, who is my opponent. And that's always appreciated. Data Sucker. With no clicks. So I don't know that that's a great play for him there, because now he gives me the information of knowing I should ice my archives right away. Kind of want to use this bronze for the Adonis. But I don't know that I want to put the Ichi over archives. I'm gonna draw. This should at least deter him a little bit from wanting to run archives, and if he does and he wants to click through to get the Data Sucker token, it's gonna slow him down pretty good. Plus I get the credit for the install on archives, so I think the Eli there is pretty good.
Login rejected.
So we still have enough to res the cat here. He's not going to be able to pay through both of them, so at a minimum here, we're going to get 3 credits or an end the run. And he elects to keep us poor. But he's also poor, and that's very significant. Well, as pressure mounts a little bit here, and he has that nerve agent out, I think it's important to get a hard ETR up on HQ. And we're just gonna credit up here. He's not gonna be able to trash that Eve anytime soon, and I'm already gotten 2 turns of value on it. So if he does trash it here, I'm totally fine with it. Totally fine with it. And if he doesn't trash it, it's just gonna trickle onwards. So I think the way things are going here, we're looking pretty strong actually, because this Eve probably isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And we're just going to play it a little bit conservatively. Ichi is not good by itself on a remote, so we're going to just tax him even harder if he wants to come take a look in our R&D. It's Kate. It's not unreasonable that it's a plan of his to try and get in there. We might want to be careful of a sneak door potentially. If we get a little extra ice, I'm probably going to put another one over archives. Just that nerve agent lets me know that he's at least thinking about HQ more than maybe an average shaper deck, so sneak door isn't out of the question. So we can start thinking about stacking this Heimdall to build a remote, or we could really shore up our archives. I think either is fine. We have a code gate and a sentry here, so he's probably not getting through that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play it safe, as lame as that is. But if Data Sucker is a big part of his approach to the game, then at least we're giving it a very difficult path to get tokens. So again, the hand is getting a little bit flooded here with agendas. But at this point in time, I think if we get a toll booth, we can start to do some damage on the remotes. Yeah, looks like, I mean, 2 data suckers now. He's gonna have a hard time getting through any of these things. And the Eve trickles on. Probably get a restructure or something here soon. Let's see. Definitely want to put this Eli somewhere. I think we're just going to tax him here. Likely scenario, he'll run this first click, click through the Eli and trash the Adonis, which is a pretty big value play for me. And he does. For 3 credits, for him to spend 2 clicks and 3 credits on this is pretty good.
Login rejected.
Or he'll just let me protect the Eli, or the Adonis. So if I draw like a Victor 2 next turn, or another Eli, or a Heimdall 1, that Adonis is going to be pretty well secured in there. So he must have saw that Eli and realized that I'm probably not going to put an agenda behind an Eli, which is reasonable. There we go. Man, I should have rezzed that. Let's see if he minds. One of the problems of Octagon, sometimes you forget things like that. You'd think with enough games I have under my belt, I would remember, but adding the talking to you guys aspect of it maybe is distracting me. But anyway, It's fun, so we'll keep doing it. So we got that Victor 2 I was asking for on top of Eli. That is a great looking server now. We got 2 econs trickling. We got pretty decent protection as it is now on HQ. Long term, I'm not excited about the bronze and the Caduceus. So the question is, depending on what we draw here, we may preemptively probably just want to guard HQ with a barrier. Since we have the Sentry and the Code Gate, we might as well get a barrier up there, probably like a Heimdall 2. That would be pretty strong, I think. Because obviously, if he gets a Yogg out and a Mimic, he's going to be getting some cheap looks and adding counters on that Nerve Agent and could actually win the game. So I think it's important that we look at HQ right now as a liability. And I'm likely to draw for some ice here. Fine. And Eve Campaign is such a beast. It is such a beast. There's the toll booth. Bingo. Alright, well, now we're feeling a lot better about HQ. And I think we can afford to look for an Ash. Yeah, why not? I mean, we're going to be getting another 5 credits next turn. We might as well start trying to put this game out of reach for him with board position. I mean, my centrals are now... Oh, I did miss a credit there. Now our centrals are pretty boss. We're going to be up to 22 credits after these 2 trickle off, the Eve and the Adonis next turn. There's 10 and there's 10. So over the next 2 turns, if we have to, we can res all of this ice. But it's very unlikely we'll even have to do that. Atman 3. Fine. That's going to be a 1. That's a 4. 4. 5. 5. 5. He doesn't have an easy path. Oh man, we can really set him up here. Depending on what he does with this Victor. If he clicks through this and goes on, good night. We're going to trash the Atman. Okay, he's ending the run. That's a smart play.
Login rejected.
So I guess it's probably worth 2 credits to give him some brain damage. Or at least make him pay his full load here to prevent it. Yeah, that's great. Oh, he has the helpful AI, so he had to pay 2 credits. That's fine. I mean, where he's at economically and where we are economically, it's very easy to project how this game's going to go from this point forward. Unless he has some big surprise cards. I don't even think I've seen a hedge fund or a restructure. So we have plenty of econ to draw into. Never fails, we get agenda flooded, of course. When I record, I guess that's what happens. But now we're feeling pretty good about being able to res everything on the table. 5. This is 15 credits here just between these 3. I'm not worried about him running archives. Here he comes. Have fun, man. Deal with Heimdall 1. He's going to lose a click. Probably never run archives ever again for this game.
Login rejected.
Maybe he'll come HQ now, and then I can hit him with a toll booth. That'll be fun. If he's playing only admin, he's toast. Because he's not getting any data suckers on. Well, we do have a scoring window, I believe. And we're flooded. So I'm just going to think this through for a second. Toll booth is going to stop him. The next bronze is probably going to stop him if I don't want to spend the money. I want to have 5 for the Ichi. So, I mean, I'd like to have a few more credits here just to ensure I could res everything, but as of now, he can't even get through a next bronze. So I feel pretty safe. Okay, so let's see. Gonna come in here. He's probably gonna use the SMC for a solution.
Login rejected.
No, he doesn't. That's fine too. Maybe he'll try to run my HQ now. Yeah. So since it's his last click, I'm just going to pay the money and cost him the 3. If he wants to try and come up with a solution for toll booth, be my guest. I don't think he can. And then I should have the next bronze as a backup in case he can get through. Between the credit he'll have to pay for the bronze and the 2 for the Caduceus, I don't see him successfully getting through the whole server.
Login rejected.
Yeah. So now the question becomes, I mean, I guess we just score this. He'll have a free look at R&D if he wants next turn. He could click through the Victor. And actually, for that reason, I don't want him getting any data sucker tokens. So believe it or not, I'm actually going to let that agenda lie. Because now he can come in my centrals. I can res the Ichi and the next bronze. If somehow he finds a way through the Heimdall here, or the toll booth. I would suspect, too, that he's probably not guessing this is an agenda since I didn't score it there. Maybe this is a fem. Now, he does have to trash something. Trashes the nerve agent. Parasite on toll booth. Okay. Alright, so this is good. Let's do this. I picked this play up from mediocre, or however you say his name on BGG. But actually, if we advance this beta test, the next turn we can score the beta test and install the Jackson if we happen to drop an agenda and run the ABT. And I think that's pretty cool. So we're going to do that. And I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. He certainly can't get through this. So, I actually don't want to get this other next bronze on the table because he has a 3 strength admin. And if all 3 of my bronze get res, then they're going to be at strength 3. So no need to keep that out there. Click, click, and then we're going to nuke him here. Unless he has a solution for that. With 6 credits, I don't think he does. So we'll see what he does here. I might just get a couple free trashes, in which case this game is pretty much over. I can't blame him for making that play. I mean, the board isn't looking too good for him. He's trying to be aggressive, make a play with his R&D interface. So yeah, I think given that, he's going to let me run these. So let's get both of those out of there. I'm not going to run the trace. My guess is he'll probably continue, try to get through the Caduceus. Since he does have the 2 link. I think, yeah, that's what he wants. We're gonna wait just a second. See what he wants to do. Okay, he's gonna go. Might as well. He's gonna see 2 cards. Yeah, whatever. He can pay 1. That extra link for him is pretty nice right now. He actually paid 2. He doesn't have to. He must have forgot about his helpful AI. So we'll be a good sport about it. This is not a league game. If it was a league game, I'd probably let him suck it up. But maybe that's just me being a jerk. I don't know. But bring your A game if you're going to play in a league. That's how I see. So he has a reasonable chance of scoring here. There's 5 agendas out of 27 left, but if we give one up, I think it's okay. He misses anyway, it looks like. So that bodes well for this ABT. We get a toll booth. Awesome. That should probably just about do it. We did drop a priority wreck in there, but I don't even know how he's going to be able to get through that. The Heimdall and the Eli. So I think we have at least another scoring window here. Plus he could... no, there's only 2 virus tokens on Toll Booth, so you can't break it this turn. But I was going to say, it'd be nice to get another agenda out of the hand if he could get through the HQ. But I guess I could stop him with this bronze too. The ABT is just a killer. I mean, in this instance, I will trade losing a priority wreck to get a Toll Booth rest. Why not? I mean, 3 points at this point in the game, who cares? I have game in hand. I just need to get this ABT scored. And then one of these guys. So if somehow he's miraculously able to get through this server, I have 2 chances to score. I guess I'll need a little bit more money to do that. So maybe if we're lucky here, we'll draw into a hedge fund or something. Maybe he's just gonna let me massacre his rig here. Yeah, I think so. I think he's just going all out. Which is the right decision, honestly. I mean, he has free runs at R&D right now, relatively free. He's going to pay 1 credit for this CAD. And he's going to see 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 agendas out now. So now his odds are actually pretty terrible. About a 1 in 10. 1 in 5, because he can see 2 cards. A little worse than 1 in 5. And I think again we're just going to be a little extra cautious because we can afford to be. Oh, that Wotan is probably out of the question this game. I try to get Wotan in with a priority wreck. I res it if I'm desperate, I guess. So, let's see what happens with this ABT. Failure. Epic failure. So we need to get this in now. And I'm just going to put it there. He'll probably try to run it. Waste a click for him. But I think his plan here is probably just to keep assaulting R&D, since he doesn't really have to worry about the Ichi now. Maker's Eye. Nice play. So he's going to get 5 cards. 5 out of 18. He'll probably score 1 or 2 here. If we're clumped and we lose, then that's a great play. Gets 1. So now I'm pretty sure we can just effectively win the game here. I don't know what other play he has. There's nothing he can do. So my toll booth dies. He's going to run HQ. I'm going to let him. I'm not even going to res the bronze because he can get the Wotan and he'll be at 5 points. But that's it. That's the best he can do. And we know R&D is safe right now. I don't think he has a way through archives. He can't get through this that I can think of. Maybe if he has an inside job, he could inside job the toll booth and then clone chip and admin for 1. But let's see, that would be 2 for the inside job, 3 for the install on admin, 1 for the strength. Yeah, he's not gonna like this. Dirty laundry is the Jackson. We're gonna remove it so he can't even get the dirty laundry value.
Login rejected.
And call this a win. But yeah, I think this is another good example of. I don't think Self-Eater did anything wrong, actually. I think he played pretty well. Maybe you guys saw some mistakes he made, but I don't think he made too many mistakes. I just think it was a function of really being able to preemptively get ahead of him and shut him down. And then the ABT really put the icing on the cake when I could get that toll booth on the remote. Yeah, I don't think he realizes he doesn't really have a play. I respect his competitiveness for trying to figure something out here. I'd be doing the same thing, but the reality is I think this one's over. He forgot to use Aesop's. I don't care. He can use it. Aesop's away, my friend. I mean, even if he does Aesop something and has a way to get through this, fine. We'll just score this later. So I think the real question would be is if this were an elimination round and he runs my HQ here, do I res the bronze? Prevent him from assuredly getting the Wotan? Or do I take a 20% chance at a 7-2 victory immediately after this turn? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Escher? Okay. So he does pull out a crazy move. The question is, does it matter? Either way, he'll still need 4 pieces of ice on that remote. So he could put the 2 Caduceus, the Ichi, and what? This non-res dice and think he can probably get through on his last click? Or we could just res him now and stop him? I guess. I guess we'll just stop him.
Login rejected.
Because that Escher could... I mean, I don't really know what it could do, but I don't want to find out. And now we're in the same exact position as we were last turn, but he doesn't even have a clone chip. So I think I'll just play it safe and go to win. See what he tries to do. I mean, I give him all the credit in the world for fighting. That Escher play, potentially, if we let him through, could make our remote pretty bare. And then we lose our opportunity to score. So, yeah, I mean, look at him. He's giving himself a chance now. Well, I didn't run the Caduceus. I accidentally let him through first, but oh shit. Well, here we go. Whew. Okay, well, there's the game. Pretty darn close game when it comes down to it. But I think this game in particular, I mean, all the games, I think it's been pretty apparent that having a low agenda density is very important, but man, he got a lot of accesses there and a lot of whiffs, but that's by design, naturally. So anyway, I think that was a good game. I think that was another good example of how the deck can work. I mean, I give him a lot of credit for hanging in there and keeping it competitive. A lot of runners might not have been able to do that, so he did a great job. But I think this is just a good example of the deck just simply winning. Just being too powerful. So that's it. Over and out. Till next time.